Busted.
The reviews are in.
Awesome.
You wanted more Joe Concha. And we heard you. More Joe. More show.
We're talking to you. Under promise and over deliver.
Joe Concha. Weeknights at 9. Plus Sunday mornings at 11 on 77 WABC.
Jimmy Kimmel no longer tries to be funny. Not that he ever really was.
Joe Concha. Weeknights at 9. Plus Sunday mornings at 11.
Democrats defending cocaine coming into the country.
Listen, all you New Yorkers.
Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
So I meet so many people over the years just doing the show. I meet them in person. I meet them on the internet. I forget where I meet most of the people I meet most of the time because it's so random and there are so many, and I'm getting old, Lewis, as you can appreciate.
No, you're looking good.
Well, thank you, sir.
But you're getting old.
But I am getting old. My knee hurts today. My knee hurt yesterday. I think I got a chronic knee injury now, and the cold and the ice makes it hurt. So I get a message from Danielle Cohen a while back. I believe she's a Philadelphia girl. And I don't like anybody from Philadelphia, but I don't know. She's Jewish and cute and nice. And so I said, okay, what's going on, Danielle? She said, well, I've got these friends, I guess. They may be family. I don't know. His name is Doron Keren. Should have mentioned you, Jonathan, but you seem like a great kid. And there's a Holocaust story here. She said, could they come in on Holocaust Remembrance Day? I said, when is that? She said, January the 27th. I said, no, they can't, because that's my 10-year anniversary, and I got President Trump coming on, and Sean Hannity, and Mark Levin, and Bill O'Reilly, and Charles McCord, and Monica Crowley, and a whole bunch of people. I said, but they seem like very important guests. I do want to do this. What about the day before? And she said, I'll ask. And she asked, and they said, great. And sure enough, here they are, Doron and Jonathan Keren. Doron is a second-generation Holocaust descendant. His son Jonathan here is a third-generation Holocaust descendant. You know, before we get into the books and the movies and all the stuff that you guys have made famous, just yesterday, this retard is what Donald Trump called him. I know it's a terrible word. I'm sorry, but I don't care. Trump called him that, and he's right. This Minnesota governor analogizing what's going on in Minnesota to Anne Frank and the Holocaust. He actually said, I kind of know what Anne Frank went through. Really? Really, you dickface? So, needless to say, I'm furious. I'm going to speak to the president later on today. I'm furious with Walls. So as a Holocaust descendant, how grotesque was that statement to you?
It's disgusting, Sid. It really is. He has no idea what people went through in the Holocaust. This is all politics. You know what it is. Yeah.
But you would think that the Holocaust would still... But you're right, it's not. I mean, even AOC years and years ago compared the, the centers they put together for the illegals to concentration camps. She made that point. By the way, it was her guy, Barack Obama, who put kids in cages for the first time. Not to let facts get in the way of a good Holocaust story, I'm sorry. But if you wouldn't mind, Doron, before we get to Jonathan, give us the history, your family's history. No one was fascinated, intrigued by the sewer part of this story, which I guess involves your mom. Give us the whole story.
So around 1943, when there was no place else to go, the Lvov ghetto was going to be liquidated. My grandfather, Ignacy Higa, came up with an insane scheme.
The Lvov area, that's in Germany, right? Was it in Poland? Poland, I thought so.
It's now Lviv, Ukraine. But then it was called Lvov, Poland. Him and a few others, they dug 22 feet from the basement of the barracks and nailed a sewer pipe. That's where they were going to stay to survive the liquidation of the ghetto.
There was about 150,000 Jews in that ghetto, if I'm correct.
Yes, there were.
And when it was all said and done, there was about 260 left. Is that true?
260 left, and one family with 2 children. That's my family.
Wow. Pretty intense. So your grandfather had that idea, and then did I read that, your mother or your grandmother that actually served as almost a midwife when ladies were giving birth down there in the sewer, that she served in that role. Did I read that correctly?
So there was one woman that went down into the sewer, and you wear everything that you own on your body. So she had a big coat on, and if they would have known that she was pregnant, they wouldn't have taken her.
They would have killed her.
They would have killed her. Well, months go by. Who knew if it was going to be months, weeks, days? They had no idea. Months go by, and it's too late. She's showing, and then she gives birth. My grandfather, amongst many other things in his life, becomes a midwife.
It was your grandfather who did it. Wow, he did that too.
He did that too.
Your grandfather, Heger, is how you pronounce his last name,
yes,
correct?
You got it right.
What an amazing guy. He's not still with us, I don't.
No, that would make him well over
about 150.
50
right.
years old.
Well, he's a magnificent man. You just don't know. Medicine's come a long way, Doron. How old was he when he died? How long ago did he die, I should ask?
In 1975, my grandfather sat down to write his memoirs for the first time after 30 years, from memory. 6 months later, he died.
So the girl in the green dress, is that the beginning of all this? Movies and books? You just dropped off a book, Beneath the Lightless Sky, which I guess comes out tomorrow. Did it all start with the girl in the green dress, and who was she?
So it's really the girl in the green sweater.
Sweater.
My mother, John's grandmother, wore a green sweater that her grandmother knitted her, and she wore that throughout the entire 14 months in the sewer.
That's how long they were there for, 14 months.
She wrote a book back in 2008, and that's when this all started. From the book, that inspired the film In Darkness, directed by Agnieszka Holland, which was nominated for an Academy Award in 2012 for Best Foreign Language Film.
Best Foreign Language Film.
Yes.
Wow, that's great. So then this book is the third part of that?
This is like the bookend.
Right, the bookend, right.
To this. This is written by the OG, the original great. I actually stumbled upon a Polish copy of my grandfather's memoir. Wow. I had it translated, and then I read it, and I said, "This is the most unbelievable thing I've ever read." I knew my mother's story intimately, but he gets into some incredible detail.
Beneath the Lightless Sky, Surviving the Holocaust in the Sewers of Lvov. So President Trump did something for me that I could never really thank him for. He appointed me to the Holocaust Memorial Museum Council. I was sworn in the week before Hanukkah by Ted Cruz with a bunch of my friends, Siggy Flicker, Tila Falick, and others. It was magnificent. And the day after that, my beautiful wife, Danielle, and I took a tour with Sarah Goldman throughout the whole museum. About a 3-hour tour. It was a lot. And I remember my meeting was the next day, my first council meeting. And I explained to them that there's a lot of old-timers who don't like to talk about October 7th when you talk about the Holocaust. And I said, you have to understand, it's hard for a young kid, even my son, who's a raging fighting Jew, at 17, to appreciate what happened 90 years ago. But he can't appreciate what happened 2 years ago. So to me, that is the natural flow. The young kids today, October 7th, they're like, what? And you go, hey, it didn't start there. Take a look at this. And when I made that point at the council meeting, everybody was like, oh, that's a pretty good point. I think it was pretty obvious. But for a kid like you, Jonathan, who's a third-generation Holocaust descendant, you don't need October 7th to remind you just how horrible life has been for Jews all over the world for so long. So, congratulations on speaking out. I know you do great work with this, too. What's this experience been like for you? And how old are you, by the way?
Thank you for having me on the show, Sid.
Sure.
I'm 32 years old now.
You look younger. Wow.
Yeah.
God bless you.
I appreciate
that. You look
that.
great.
He shaved.
Thank you. I did shave before the show this morning. But yeah, no, it's an honor to be here with you and my father. And you know, it's incredibly important. I think one of the main reasons why my father decided to be passionately for writing this, publishing this book now is partially inspired by the event of October 7th, right? And the devastation that Jews went through in 2 years ago, and ultimately it's critically important for Jews to be intimately involved and understand this history because we're currently reliving it again today.
Right. So you would agree as a young guy, you just said it.
Yeah.
That the kids today that are horrified by October 7th
Yes.
would be more interested now to look back on what happened 90 years ago, 80 years ago.
Absolutely. It's a bridge to that, right? We're reliving that type of experience of this rabid anti-Semitism, right? And it's proliferated around the entire globe.
Everywhere.
And it's infected education systems. We see it here in K through 12 education. We see it in the college systems. And we see it on the streets, right? It goes from, it jumps from, kids who are 12, 13 years old, all the way till you have pink-haired people at 18 years old yelling on the streets how they hate, they're they don't hate Jews, they're anti-Zionists,
They hate
right?
Jews, right?
But they hate Jews.
Right, 100%.
That's what it always
the
is.
Tucker Carlson, and we don't hate Jews, we don't like Israel, we don't like Bibi Netanyahu.
It's semantics, right?
Yeah.
They try to hide behind the language of anti-Zionism, but at the end of the day, they always mean the same thing. We hate Jews.
That's true.
Listen to this podcast now
On the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Idea Gen Global Podcast with George Sifakis.
I'm George Sifakis. In a world overflowing with noise, there is one forum where the world's smartest voices connect, where visionaries sit at the same table as innovators, and great minds don't just talk, they act.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.